Hi there, my name is Ryan Heinsch and I will be your instructor for this course. I just wanted to take a moment to put together a brief introductory video introducing myself to you. I know one of the things about the online classroom is sometimes the learner feels like there's a barrier between themselves and the instructor. And so maybe this video will help kind of tear down any barrier you might feel because I really want you to feel connected to the course and also feel like you are able to reach out to me and that I'm personable enough for you to be able to reach out to. And so hopefully through this brief little introduction you'll be able to put at least a face to the name and a voice to those emails and those Blackboard messages that you get from me. So a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Ryan Heinsch. I grew up in the western suburbs of Chicago. We moved around quite a bit because my dad was a pastor, but for the most part we stayed in the western suburbs of Chicago until I was in high school and we relocated to Peoria, Illinois. So it was in Peoria where I attended high school. After graduating from high school, I then moved on to attend Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. So one thing you're going to learn about me is that I am a Moody guy through and through. So I attended Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, where I graduated with my bachelor's degree in urban ministry. From there, I went on to attend Moody Theological Seminary, not in Chicago, but in Plymouth, Michigan, and I'll explain how that worked out in a minute. And during my time at Moody, I was working towards my MDiv, and I was able to complete that. So for those of you who are in the MDiv program but are feeling if you're ever going to make it through or not, I'm proof that you can make it through. One of the really great experiences I had while a student is I had the opportunity to serve as teaching assistant to Dr. Brian Tucker for a couple of semesters. He's located there on our Michigan campus. Maybe some of you have had him for an online course, and I just had the really great opportunity to be mentored by him, and he gave me some opportunities because he saw something in me that I really didn't know if I saw in myself, but somebody who might be interested in pursuing kind of research and teaching within the academy for a career. And so during my time at MTS, God really shaped in me a desire to work in the educational system, work in the academy, really push forward the learning that takes place within evangelical seminaries. And so after I finished up at Moody and graduated, I applied and then was accepted into a PhD program through the University of Aberdeen. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just about a year through, and so that means I should have 2 more left. Obviously, with the nature of a PhD in research, you always just say should or Lord willing have 2 years left. But hopefully I'll be done in 2 years. I'm working on my PhD in the area of New Testament, specifically Paul's letter to the Galatians. If you want to get really specific, I'm looking at Paul's use of the term 2 covenants in Galatians 4:24. So if you're thinking about a PhD, that's about how specific it gets, down to a couple words, and then you spend the rest of your time, or your 3 years or however long, looking at that. And believe me, sometimes it's not enough time. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Scotland, or Aberdeen, is a school in Scotland, UK. But the awesome thing about Aberdeen is they have a distance program. So I'm able to study here from Michigan, even though I am an Aberdeen student. And one of the reasons I'm able to do that is because if you know about Michigan, you know that we have the University of Michigan, which is an excellent research institution in and of itself. And they have a great research library that I'm able to use. And so I still report to my supervisor there in Scotland, but generally it's through Skype and things like that. So kind of a really unique setup I have, but it's a lot of fun. So aside from my studies, I've served as a bivocational worship pastor for a couple of years at Journey of Faith Bible Church in Peoria, Illinois. I did that after I finished my undergrad at Moody. And then after that, my wife and I relocated to Michigan, where my wife is from, so that was a really good fit. and I took a youth pastor position at Trinity Church in Plymouth, Michigan. And so that's how I found myself in Plymouth, Michigan, and then attending Moody Theological Seminary there. So that's some ministry experience that I have currently, aside from my PhD. I'm also working part-time as an admissions counselor. I've been doing that for a year now there on the Michigan campus. So I work about 20 some hours a week, helping recruit, helping students register for course, things like that there on the Michigan campus. And then I'm also have the privilege of working as an adjunct online instructor for Moody Theological Seminary and Moody Distance Learning. So I've been doing this since January. So that's just a little bit about what I do besides research. On a personal note, I've mentioned my wife a few times. I've been married to my wife Laura for 8 years. We have a 2.5-year-old little girl. Her name is Adeline. She's a lot of fun. And then we are expecting at any moment our son. And so within the next couple of days here, we're going to be welcoming our son into the family. And so that's going to be really exciting for us. Aside from with my free time, which is very sparse, spending time with my wife and daughter, I also enjoy on some level following Chicago-based sports teams as much as I can. That does not include the White Sox. I'm sorry if you're a White Sox fan. I am not. Go Cubs. I also enjoy reading. I try to read stuff that doesn't always have to do with research, but I have a hard time doing that. And I also enjoy cooking. So that's a little bit about me. I really look forward to getting to know you. Obviously, I'm going to have a little blurb in the community forum section, just a brief introductory post there about myself. I'm looking forward to reading your post and getting to know you. And I'm looking forward to these next several weeks together. If you ever have any questions, again, feel free to email me. I'd love to help you learn, help you grow as you pursue the calling that God has placed on your life through pursuing education. All right.